B-boy. From the old to the new, still a B-boy. Too bold for the school, still a B-boy. East Coast to the West, B-boys worldwide. We supposed to be blessed, still a B-boy.
This week, we're heading to Queens to talk about a group that exploded on the scene in 1993. Like a punch to your face, this bald-headed group, discovered by Jam Master Jay, a mixed, almost punk rock type vibe with hardcore street lyrics. Sticky Fingers, Fred Rostar, Big DS, Sun Sneeze definitely sounded like nobody else at the time. So this week, top 10 Onyx group songs. Joining me, Raven Hunter's in the house. Ben's back in the house. We're going to hold it down like we did for the last one. And I'll start us off at number 10. And I'm going to that first record, 1993's Back the Fuck Up. What a great album title, right? And on almost every list, I have a song that I understand shouldn't be a top 10 song, but for some reason I like it. And that's kind of what this is. And that's Fat and All That. It's just this hook is like an earworm for me. I was singing it all day today, even though I was listening to all these different albums. It's got that classic Onyx sound, but just that hook gets me every single time. But they all bring it on the mic, and man, this album, we're going to talk about it more, I know, but such a great, great record. One of my favorite debuts. If we ever did a top 10 debut, this might crack the list. I'd have to think about it. But yeah, Fat and All That. PHAT, fat. Raven, what's your number 10?
Number 10. I started in 2016 with the album Wake the Fuck Up Reloaded. It was just like a secondary version of an album they had put out the year 2 years prior, but it had a bunch of new tracks on it. And one of those was Dirty Cops, the Reloaded remix with Chris Rivers. I love Big Pun's son. He's got the same fucking flow as Pun. It reminds me of hearing Pun when he raps, and he kills the beat. And I just think that the Reloaded remix had a better beat to it than the original version did. I think it had Snake the Rapper in it, or Snake the Rapper, or whatever the fuck his name is. But yeah, I went with Dirty Cops Reloaded.
Yeah, Chris Rivers is so dope. He definitely got the rapper DNA from his dad. Ben,
Yeah,
what's
I
your
don't think
number
so.
10? Yeah.
10, I'm going to the first album, and I'm going with Throw Your Guns.
Number
I know
10.
I know it's early, but
No.
it should have been higher, just like every other thing. But I had to fit it in. Pains me to say that one landed at 10.
Well, in your defense, there was a lot of music to choose from and a lot of good music to choose from. I could have easily had 10 picks from Back the Fuck Up and All We Got Is Us and probably defended it and could defend it.
Dude, I will
So
honestly be listening to a lot more Onyx after. Dude, I slept on some yeah. There's so much shit you can't listen to everything, and they just kind of after the first two records, they just kind of got away from me. Like I'm so glad we did this because goddamn, they got some good shit.
I followed up to like the fifth album, Trigonometry, I think it's called, was the last one I bought. But like in the last 10 years, they did like 8 albums and they're
I thought
good.
they had like 4 or 5
Yeah,
albums.
no, fucking
I
14, I
followed them
counted.
all the way up to like Shotguns and Hell, 20, I don't know, 18 or 19. Like I followed them all through that Snow Goons era. I love their international shit.
And I don't know why I stopped following them because I always was a fan. So I don't know. I don't know what to blame it on. All right, number 9. For the first time, I'm going to 1998's Shut 'Em Down. And I'm going with the first actual track, Raise It Up. Great way to start the album off is that classic Onyx sound. I know some people kind of hated on this album because it was a little, I don't want to say soft, but it was a little lighter tone, especially from coming from All We Got Is Us. But I like this album. And Raise It Up is about as Honest gets. Simple but effective hook. Keith Horn on the beat, great scratching. And they even sample Throw Your Guns in the Air, their own song. It was just a great way to start this record off. Raise It Up. So that was number 9 for me. Raven, you're up at 9.
I love that record. That's like probably my fourth favorite album from them. It's a good album, solid.
Yep.
Number 9 though, I went to My personal favorite for them is All We Got Is Us, and it has been from the start. I love that album. From the week that it came out, I just remember me and my brother just sitting up all night listening to that tape over and fucking over again. It was so raw and dirty and gritty sounding. And I went with Last Days, which was one of the singles. But man, I love that beat. It's like a Wu-Tang-ish beat. And it just fit that grimy flow they had on that album.
That was an honorable mention. It's like they recorded it in an abandoned house's basement or something.
Facts.
It's
And they peeled back some of the like screaming from the first album, but it had a
mhm,
grittier, just rough sound. And it
yeah.
always, I like that dark, gritty gangsta, just rough shit anyway.
No, it definitely had a distinct vibe, that record. Still on nine, Ben.
I'm still on the first record, and I'm going with Black Vagina Finder.
Yeah, someone picked it.
Yep. Just when that album came out, it was so huge, and there was such a I don't want to call it a new thing, but kind of like they had their own thing going on, and that at the age I was, that shit was just funny as fuck to me. So cue the DJ quick, sweet black pussy, because I'm going Black Vagina Finder.
Same here. I was in high school. I was in high school when that album came out, and yeah, I was all for Back the Fuck Up and Black
Yeah,
Vagina Find It. I can remember going to the record store because I think I heard Slam first and then went to get the record and seeing that it was called Back the Fuck Up, and I was like, oh, this album's gonna be so fucking good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how your teenage brain works, but it was good.
Yeah, like we
So,
were talking, I had the back to fuck up T-shirt,
yeah, I didn't have
and
that. That's cool. Yeah.
and fucking yeah, I wore. My mom was like, "You wore that for school pictures?" I'm like, "Sure did."
Okay, number eight. And I'm going to go to 1995's All We Got Is Us. And I'm going with the song Shout. Again, it's that Onyx sound. It's just so Onyx sounding. Federal Star did the beat, but it's that hook. It just makes you sing along, right? Simple but effective. But you're going to sing along every single time. And it makes me bob my head like a Pez dispenser. All three bring it on the mic, especially Sticky. It was such an ill. The thing Sticky Fingers says and how he says them. There's almost in some songs you could almost compare him to like a little bit of horrorcore, maybe like Gangsta Nip, because he says some crazy ass shit. And I never looked at Sticky like that before, but I did this time. Just such a unique group. And this album is so unique, like we talked about, gritty, grimy gangsta. And a shout is one of the standouts for my ears. So that was my number eight. What was yours, Raven?
I stayed on All We Got Is Us. And I went with the song Evil Streets, All We Got Is Us. I just love that beat. It's such a gritty and hard beat. It sounds like they just got their speakers set up in an alleyway with a fucking burning barrel beside it, and they're just kind of rapping along to it. Like, I don't know. It had a sound that was so different than Back to Fuck Up, and so different vastly from Shut 'Em Down, that it's such a weird, different era for Onyx. 95, that sound was just so New York back alley distinctive. I don't know.
No, that's exactly how I would. And that was another honorable mention. You're getting all we got is us, which is good. It is weird how it's so much different than before and after. Wonder what the story behind it, really is. Maybe it's just the headspace they're in at the time. Or number eight for you, Ben.
Eight. I went to shut them down with "Raise It Up." I know you already kind of touched on that one, but yeah, great way to set off that record, and just dope Onyx.
All right, then we'll move on to number seven. And I slept on a lot of their newer stuff. And a couple of weeks ago, I was at the record store and I saw their newest album, so I bought it because I knew this was coming up. And I actually really liked it. And so I had to pick one from it because I was really enjoying the record. So my number seven, 2025's Lower East Side. It's now just Sticky and Fredro, but that's who we really care about anyways, right? And this song is called Over Petty Shit. It's a whole song where they just admit they'll whip your ass or kill you over petty shit. Like the pettiest shit, and they list all of it. It's so fucking funny. And Sticky's verse is so crazy. He's talking about burying you and then digging the hole back up so he can bury your kid with you, and just all this crazy ass shit. And I love the line that Sticky says, The good news is I'm pretty much who I say I am. The bad news is I'm pretty much who I say I am. And that always makes me laugh. But this was a good album. It's only 35 minutes long, kind of makes you want more. But over petty shit just made me grin every time. They'll fucking kill you if you just look at them wrong on this song. So that was my number 7. Raven, you're up.
I'm gonna skip back to 2016's "Wake the Fuck Up Reloaded," which is probably my I don't know, second or third favorite album from them. It's a really good album with the Snow Goons. And I went with the song "Turn the Fuck Up" 100 Mad remix with Sick Flow, Sick Nature, and I don't know, Snack the Ripper. Um, it's just such a good beat, and all of them have such insanely good flows on this beat. It's each verse, I don't know who the fuck Sick Flow and Sick Nature are, but they just sounded really dope on this beat with Onyx, and Onyx sounded really dope on Snow Goons production.
I agree. Those Snow Goon records just fit their style really, really well. Number 7, Ben.
I went back to the first record with Shifty. Like I said, that first, like, I feel like their later shit is actually better, but I have such a fucking connection with that first record. And I took other songs off, but there's still quite a few on my list from the first record, but Shifty had to stay.
Same here. That was an honorable mention. I'm glad it got picked. So we are to number 6. And I'm going to the year 1995. It was on All We Got Is Us, but it was also on the show soundtrack. That is a song Live. This is also nostalgic for me because I was such a huge fan of Back the Fuck Up. And once I knew a new Onyx was coming, they put this single out before the album. I was so far. I like went there the day it dropped. I bought this CD single and I was, anxious and excited, and I pop it in, and it was like, it's Onyx. It's what I'm expecting. It's that Onyx vibe. Fuck yeah, I wasn't let down at all. Again, Federal Star on the beat, and he had scratching here and there at the perfect time. The highlight, as most of these songs are for me, is Sticky's verse, and they dropped the beat the first 2 bars, and it just worked so good. And again, those hooks, you just always want to chant along. And man, I remember being so satisfied when I heard this, and it was what I was hoping it would be. And the show soundtrack, too, one of the best soundtracks of all time, which we've talked about a bunch of times, but I'm going with Live. And oddly enough, the B side to this was Callie Rank's Kill 'Em All, which is on the show soundtrack. It just seems like a weird pick if you're going to pick something else from the show soundtrack, but whatever. Number 6 for you, Raven.
I went to 93's "Back the Fuck Up." And funny story, when we had that cassette when we were young, my little brother, his mom would not really let him have cassette tapes that had parental advisories on them. So he would always have to like get the tape and then take a black marker and color over the PA. It was impossible with that cover. So he had to cover the entire white background with a black marker, and there was just 5 dudes' heads floating on this fucking album cover. It was ridiculous. Um, but I went with "The Next Ends Dick" because that shit always made me laugh. That
Oh
song was
shit.
ridiculous. Just that I couldn't figure another ends dick in my girl's esophagus always just cracked me up when I was young.
Is that the line, or is that the song where Sticky says when she keeps changing her lipstick and it's like a rainbow
Yeah,
on his dick? Yeah,
yeah.
that part always makes me laugh. Such a good album. We are still on 6, Ben.
6, I'm going to All We Got Is Us with Last Days. Like like Raven said, just the grittiness of that record. I feel it's sonically better than Back the Fuck Up, but like I said, I have such a soft spot for Back the Fuck Up. But yeah, Last Days, perfect example of that gritty Onyx shit that just works. Like just a great sound.
We are to the halfway point, and I'm going to apologize before I give this pick because I'm going to be very long-winded because sometimes things are just bizarre as fuck to me. But we'll start it off 1998, Shut 'Em Down, and I'm going with the song React. I know this is kind of a poppy song for Onyx, but for some reason I just love this beat. It's faster. It was done by someone named Buddha, and it's just just done so damn good. And I think everyone rides it good, perfect drops and scratches. You also get the very first national appearance by 50 Cent. He hardly even sounds like the 50 Cent of today. This was the first time I heard 50 Cent. And, Sticky's verse again, I hate life, give me the Glock, I'm about to join Biggie and Pac, and you coming like it or not. Just that, the way Sticky says that, even me reading it doesn't do it justice. It's the way he says it, that gravelly fucking voice. But what's gonna now be long-winded is the music video. If you never saw the music video, and I gave you 100 guesses onto the theme of the music video for the song React, you'd never get. I could give you 1,000 guesses and you wouldn't get it. They're playing fucking hockey, ice hockey. It's fucking Onyx and 50 Cent playing ice hockey against these like corny white dudes, and they're checking the shit out of them and knocking them down. Fredro is the goalie, and he's just throwing guys into the fucking goal net. 50 Cent is stuck in the penalty box. But then Sticky's verse, he like trips and he's sliding on his stomach the whole length of the rink, and the camera's like facing him, and he's rapping his voice as he's just sliding across the ice. It's just fucking wild. It's like, what the fuck am I looking at? And how did this get picked for the song React? I don't know. Shit like that makes me think. And what also is interesting is, this is 98, 50 Cent for the first time. But later on that year, he drops How to Rob. And on How to Rob, he disses Sticky Fingers about that white boy beating his ass on MTV. So I wonder in that short span of time what happened. But yeah, that music video is just wild to me. I watched it 3 times just to keep laughing at it. Number 5 for you, Raven.
And number 5, I went to 98 Shut 'Em Down, and I went with the track Shut 'Em Down with DMX. Always love that beat. It's got this weird, I don't know what they even call it, this noise that resonates weird in my brain that just plays throughout the beat that I always pulled me in. And then you got DMX's just energy, and it's great. Yeah, the flows are awesome. I hate the remix because I fucking hate Noriega's verse in that song.
Yep.
But if I could have taken Pun and slid him into this from that remix, that would have been the perfect version of the song. But fuck, Noriega brought that down. I couldn't, as good as Pun's verse was, I couldn't put that version on here because fucking Noriega ruined that song.
That's funny you say that. I've never liked him really, period. It's something about his flow
Can't
or
fucking
voice.
flow. He can't
Yeah,
stay on a
it's
beat.
so bizarre.
He's
It's
just he has
yeah,
like, oh, I'm New York. I don't have to stay on a beat. Bitch,
yeah.
Biggie stayed on beat. Fuck you. Like,
That's awesome. That's exactly how my brain thinks of it. Of course, we think so much alike with hip hop, but
facts.
yeah, fuck Noriega. I
Yep.
never liked him. That's funny as hell.
Capone was a fucking mediocre producer too. Fuck him.
Right. Yeah, I never messed with them CNN records. And I had to buy a Nor album because one featured Ice-T, and at that time I bought everything that featured Ice-T. And yeah, that record was horrible. I don't even remember what it was called anymore, but we won't be doing a Nor top 10 anytime soon.
Thank you.
Ben, Ben, what's your number 5?
Number 5, went to Shut 'Em Down with DMX.
Fuck yeah.
The thing about Onyx and DMX is they both have such an aggressive rhyme flow. Like they're rapping at you like you pissed them off. So they just fit very well together. So I along with that beat, like it was just a great song.
Yeah, it is a great. It was an honorable mention, and it's DMX in his early days, so he's still hungry in his prime.
Yeah.
Thinking of music he put out in '98, 2 albums of his own. He was on a bunch of features. I mean, damn.
The Locks, he ate up a Locks track. He was on.
Yeah, he was on a bunch of shit. Yeah. So I'm glad that's getting some love. So we'll slide into number 4, and I'm going to talk about an album I bought, but I didn't really remember really liking it. And going back, I mean, it's not one of their better ones, but I actually really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed this song. Album is 2002's Back the Fuck Up Part 2, and the name of the song is Slam Harder. Usually when you make a part 2 to an album, a famous album, a legendary album, it turns out bad. If you make a part 2 then to one of your most famous songs on that same album, the chances of it being good are almost zero. But I love this fucking song. It is so damn good. They sample the Welcome Back Cotter theme, which works perfectly. Again, this is maybe kind of lighter than the average Onyx song, like kind of like a React, but it has that Onyx vibe and that hook, who slams harder, Onyx or Vince Carter? Chicka chicka Onyx. It's fucking amazing. Part of me wanted to put this higher. I love Slam Harder. Back the Fuck Up Part 2 was way doper than I remembered, or it probably should have been. So I had to show it love. So that was my number 4. Raven, I see you shaking your head. Did you pick Slam Harder?
Fuck no, I didn't pick that song,
No.
dude.
Oh, you
Fuck
hating
that
on me?
album. Fuck that
What?
album. Yeah, that whole album's horrible. That
What?
song, like, that's my least favorite. Like, I pick almost any album from them over that
Oh,
album.
oh.
That's when I almost stopped listening to them because it's like, shame on you for trying to redo Back to Fuck Up, and because you're no longer relevant right now. Because at the time they were, falling apart a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
And man, if they would have called that song "Welcome Back," it might have made number 10. Like I like the song. You can't call that song "Slam." There's 15 different versions of Slam, and they're all hard as fuck. That's not Slam. You know what I mean? That was a nostalgia grab. So fuck that song. Anyway, what number are we on? Sorry, I'm sorry.
I struck a nerve,
Yeah.
goddamn. I take
I
it
was
back. I
hoping
take it
nobody would
back.
pick that. I was just hoping nobody would pick that song. But anyway, what number are we on?
Number
4?
4, yeah.
We got beef. So number 4, I wish this song could have been higher. But it's such a hard ass beat. Throw Your Guns from '93's Back to Fuck Up. I wanted it higher, but it's such a hype ass chorus that chorus gets me so fucking hype. But I couldn't move it any further up, unfortunately. And I have so many scribbles beside this top 4, just how many times I switched these 4 around.
Well, 4 is more respectable. At least he didn't do something like put it at number 10.
That's fucking true.
That would be ridiculous. Speaking of that, Ben, what's your number 4?
4. I went to All We Got Is Us with the title track. I think it's really the chorus that just gets me fucking amped. I mean the whole song's good, but I love that chorus, love the song. Just another dope ass shit that Onyx did.
Move to the top 3. And I'm going to try to get back in the good graces of Raven. My number 3, we're going back to the OG 93's Back the Fuck Up in the OG Slam. What an introduction to the world. Nothing like this came before it. And I know this was the first time I heard Onyx. I talked about going and buying the album, seeing the title. And this is one of those songs that you can hear 5,000 times, and at least to me, it never gets old, it never gets annoying. And a lot of songs, even if they're dope songs, if you hear them over and over, they get played over and over, they get old. But Slam never did that, to me at least. And legendary Jam Master Jay of Run DMC did this beat. Rest in peace. But just that punk rock vibe mixed with like boom bap, street hip hop. Again, that hook, it's so simple, but you're gonna chant along every time. Again, I'm gonna sing the praises of Sticky Fingers, I'm a B-boy standing in my B-boy stance. I mean, that just gets me every time when he starts that verse. And a memorable video too. They're like in this music venue, just packed and like way over the fire code numbers. Just like people just crunched together,
Everywhere.
just fucking jumping up and down. So fucking hype. And I noticed when I was looking for who produced it, they had the album done, and J Master Jay said he didn't think they had a big single yet. So they went back in the studio and did Slam. This was the last song, and it originally wasn't on the original. So it would have been interesting if they would have ever took off. Maybe not.
I
Probably
don't think
not.
so. I don't
Probably
think
not.
so.
Yeah.
Without Slam, you don't get Judgment Night, and then you don't get the rest of their career. I
Yeah.
don't think.
I agree. So it's crazy how things work. And that was a little tidbit. So Slam, man, such a good fucking song. Number 3 for you, Raven.
I felt like an asshole leaving that song off my list, but I knew somebody else would get it. So I knew somebody else would get it. So I tried to stay away from the most well known. Number 3, I went with Judgment Night with Biohazard. Man, that beat is so hard, and guitars match Onyx. You know what I mean? And then later on in their career, they did put out a few like rock rap albums that weren't terrible. But that was like their, aside from like Slam and their Slam remix and shit they did, this was like their first big, just that soundtrack. It did so much for rap. I know it wasn't the first rap rock, but it was the first like how naturally just a whole movie soundtrack is nothing but famous rappers with famous rock artists. You know what I mean? It was just so different. And Judgment Night was the pop off single because it was the hardest song on the album.
And Onyx is the perfect group to match with like a rock or metal group.
And I
Um,
almost literally left this off my list until you reminded me to check the soundtracks.
I was thinking you said you forgot about soundtracks for Brand Newbie, and it's like he won't forget for Onyx. I
I
thought that
totally
a couple of
forgot.
days ago. Then I'm like, well, maybe I should check. Maybe he forgot. Because I knew Judgment Night would make it. Classic soundtrack. Number 3 for you, Ben.
Going to the first record, Stick and Move, classic. Yeah, just like I said, part of that first record and Stick and Move.
That was an honorable mention. I could have had almost all that record honorable mentions. So number 2, and we were almost on the same line, Raven. My number 2 is 93's Judgment Night soundtrack. The song Judgment Night with Biohazard. Kind of like you said, this is almost a 5 mic soundtrack to me, and this is one of the best songs after this. It might be back and forth between the Booyah Tribe one, but whatever. It's one of the top 2 or 3 on the record. And it's just Onyx being Onyx, killing it on the verses. They were still new at this time. Great rock hook that works and makes you scream along. But in the background, if you cut out the guitars, it's a really boom bap hip hop beat drum wise under the guitars if you really listen for it. And the third verse always gets me where the beat completely drops. Nothing, no sound. Give me that shit, you fucking bald headed bastard. And then the beat comes. Oh man, it pumps me up every time. My note says, God damn, is that hype? So man, it'd have been interesting to get like a whole album with Biohazard and Onyx. I mean,
Oh,
this just works
dude,
so
that was
well. So well. It was hard not to put it at 1, but it slid to 2. Raven, what's your number 2?
number 2. I'm gonna slide back to All We Got Is Us. Like I said, that was my favorite album from them, and this is my favorite song on that album. It is a hard fucking beat. I went with Better Off Dead. It is so gritty. It's just so dark and gritty, and just so fucking grimy and New York gangsta.
Number 2 for you, Ben.
2, I went to the Judgment Night soundtrack. Yeah, I mean, I love Biohazard too, and they just work well together. Biohazard's done a lot of stuff with Sendog, and then Sticky Fingers was on their album New World Disorder for the title track.
Biohazard did a remix of Slam too on the Slam maxi single.
Oh, yeah.
I love that tape.
got
I
back
played
there.
that tape so much.
Yeah, I got that CD back there somewhere too.
So dope you still have that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was the first thing I bought from him. Love that shit.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I mean, so yeah, I loving Biohazard. Like you guys said, that soundtrack is just fucking phenomenal.
Top tier.
And I know we always talk about it, but people, especially if you're younger, in 1993, you got to look at it in context. This was so groundbreaking to take a list of rappers and then a list of like rock or metal groups and try to match them and have it work, one, and two, have them come together. I mean, it was great for hip hop because they were getting a nod from, rock was more mainstream, especially then. It just was so groundbreaking, that soundtrack. And
Remember how I was telling you, like Everlast knew the owner of the label, so Everlast was like, put them with them.
That's
them
right. That's right. You did tell that
That's
story.
awesome.
And then the dude, it was the first release off Immortal Records. He took all that money and invested in the Corn. So
That's
like
right.
Everlast,
Yep.
I wish I got a piece of that Corn empire, but I didn't.
Facts.
I think the only song I don't like off that record is the Cypress and Sonic Youth.
Yeah, I don't like that song either.
And then what's the De La Soul one?
Oh, I like that one. I like that one.
I like that
it.
song too.
Yeah.
I like it, but the rest of the shit's way better.
Which one was the one with Mudhoney? Because that song was
Sir Mix-a-Lot. Sir Mix-a-Lot.
that song was so dope. I like that one a lot.
And then that Therapy and Fatal song, I didn't know who either one of them were, but that's a dope ass song.
Yeah.
And then the Del the Funky Homo Sapien and
That was
Dinosaur
real
Jr.
dope.
Yeah.
Just that guitar riff and what's his name, Jay Mascis from Dinosaur Jr. Just the subtle yeah in the background to that. Oh shit, we're getting way off, aren't we?
No, I love to sing the praise of this.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
Ice-T and motherfucking Slayer, get the fuck out of here.
That song.
the
Yeah,
Booyah Tribe one might be my favorite. It's so fucking hard and gangster.
and then
Um,
and Mike Patton is fucking the singer from Faith No More is
yeah.
insane, and he does he did a record with Rozelle where they went back and forth like
Really?
yep, and then it was called like I forget what it was. God, what the hell was it called? And then he also did a whole album with the Executioners
Hmm.
because he does it. His like vocal range is so fucking nuts, and he
Crazy,
did.
yeah.
And so he also does shit in like the movie I Am Legend with Will Smith.
Awesome.
He did all the alien voices. Like he
Interesting.
does like movie shit. Like
Huh.
I, just a
No, I
little.
didn't know any of that.
Yeah,
I
Um,
forgot all about the Executioners too. Shit.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that first record kind of popped
Yeah, it was
off.
dope.
That it had a song with Linkin Park that was really big. That was, I
Yeah,
gotta dig that CD
Everlast
up.
was on there.
Yeah, I gotta dig that
Yeah, I
out.
gotta find my CD out too.
It's been a
Yeah.
minute since I heard the Executioners.
What
Uh,
sucks for me with
built from scratch was the name of them.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah.
what sucks for me about buying DJ records like that is like when you see them live, or I really noticed this when I bought a Z Trip record. When you see them live, like I don't think they can get all the sample clearances to put it all on record, so it's like a lot of they got to come up with their own beats and shit, kind of. But like I saw Z Trip live open for Head PE, and he fucking was mixing Dead Prez and Tool, and
Oh
it was
shit.
fucking gnarly. It was fucking nuts. Yeah, it was. And then Jared from Head PE came out and did a freestyle over it. It was fucking insane.
Well, the moral of the story is if you haven't heard it, go check out the Judgment Night soundtrack.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck. Sorry, Onyx.
Reel
Reel her back in. Reel her back
her
in.
back in. Number one, we'll go to number one. And I'm going one last time to 93's Back the Fuck Up. And the best Onyx song is Throw Your Guns. Come on.
Mm.
This is everything that's awesome about Onyx in one track. It's almost like the definition. If you looked Onyx up in the dictionary, throw your guns should be there. Right from the beginning, it was time to get live like a wire. I said, oh, choir on fire. Just so dope. The beat, perfect. The rugged hardcore lyrics, perfect. Simple but effective hook, I know. And you believe every word. Like, they are not studio gangsters. Like when Sticky says, I hate your fucking guts and I hope that you die. You believe him. I mean, you fucking believe that he hates your guts and he
Yeah.
wants you to die. And that's sometimes hard to, come off that authentic, but they just do. Just Onyx in a nutshell. Throw Your Guns will always be my favorite Onyx song. That was really not up for debate when we started this. What was your number one, Raven? Something off of Back the Fuck Up Part 2, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was Welcome Back. No, I'm no. Man, so number one actually was I knew this song would be in my top five the minute you said Onyx because it's a one song that always stood out to me from their whole catalog. And it only moved once. It went from number four to number one over time. And it's from Shut 'Em Down. And the reason is masterful storytelling. And you don't think of that coming from Onyx. Rob and Vic is an amazing fucking it's such a good example of these two working together on a story in tandem, and it's just a story of two brothers chasing money. One brother who really doesn't want violence, he just wants to make money. The other's very trigger happy and just says fuck it, and the eventual Cain and Abel fallout. It was from the moment I first got that cassette tape, I just remember winding that song back and back, and it's such a good fucking gritty story. It's like that's a good movie to watch in your head.
Thank you for getting that. That was an honorable mention. That was flirting with my list. And when Sticky Fingers put out the Black Trash album, my first thought was that song because it was a whole themed thing. Great storytelling. I love that someone picked it because I wanted to. All right, what was your number one, Ben?
Well, I guess somebody had to be the cornball.
I guess
I'm going with Slam.
Slam's the shit.
Dude,
It's
it's
a
a
great song.
fucking anthem, dude. It's a jump around. It's a fucking
Hmm.
It's a fucking baby got back. It's a fucking, like, yeah. I gotta go with Slam.
Yeah, it's iconic. And you had non-hip hop people singing right along to it.
Even more when the remix.
Right, right. And that maxi single we talk about, there's a bunch of different type of remixes on it. It is a really great maxi
They've
single.
always flirted with different sounds and experimented
Right.
and shit.
Yeah.
So on the Judgment Night soundtrack, I know they put it out as a single. The video was a different. It was like there was no
Beat was
guitar.
different. Yep.
There was
Yep.
no
Yeah.
guitars in the verses, just
Yeah.
in the choruses. So it was just like that bass line. So I
Mhm.
didn't know if that version was on like the 12-inch or.
It was on the single.
Oh,
Like
was
I
it?
had the cassette single, yeah.
Okay.
It's the video version.
Do you guys remember this shit called Rap Music Monthly? It was $1.99 a month, and you got a VHS.
Yes, I had
Yeah, I
a
remember that shit for
shitload of
sure.
them.
I used to
Hell
have
yeah.
boxes of those things,
Yeah,
bro.
there'd be like
So-
10 videos on it.
Yeah.
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 So I have the one with the video. I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't the same beat.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God, I had so many of those VHS tapes.
I had boxes of them in my old
Oh,
storage unit. I
That's
wish
a-
I kept all that shit.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I have those anymore either. Honorable mentions for Onyx. You guys got a lot of them, but there's still some, especially later on stuff. But off of Back the Fuck Up, yes, I had so many honorable mentions. I wanted to mention Attack of the Baldheads. From Shut 'Em Down, I thought Raven might pick this, and that is The Worst featuring Wu-Tang. Because I thought you liked that song.
It's a
Anyway,
dope ass song. It's
Yeah.
in my honorable mention.
in Back the Fuck Up Part 2, I have two honorable mentions. There's a song called Hood Beef, and there's a song, I just put it on so I could talk about it, not because it's a good song. So they take the 1950s song Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, and they change it to Clap and Rob 'em. It's so funny.
Man.
It's so funny that they
It's such
did
a
that.
bad song, though.
Yeah, it's not a good song, but it's still funny to me that they sampled Rockin' Robin. I don't even know who did that, but it's like a 50s sock hop song. From Wake the Fuck Up, there's a song called What I really like. There's a song called Boom. From Onyx for Life, Official Nast. From Blood on the X, the title track. In 1993, I really liked that album. They did Fight the Power, and they kind of did a Slam Part 3. It's called Just Slam, but I liked it. And one more on the newest one, Lower East Side, they redid Run DMC's Rock Box, and dedicated it to Jam Master Jay, and that was cool. So I had Elisa mention it. So many songs. What did I miss?
Anything from Wake the Fuck Up would work too. I love that album, dude. But
Yeah,
Buck
that was a
Back,
good album.
Buck Back was my number 11. Such a hard ass flow and beat. And then yeah, pretty much anything else from All We Got Is Us that we missed. I love that album.
Yeah, I like every song from Back the Fuck Up and All We Got Is Us. There are really no skips. Even like the intros on Back the Fuck Up, like that gets me hype, Back the fuck up, back the fuck up. This was a fun one to go through. Definitely fun one to go through.
Hey,
Have a
guys,
good
have a good
night,
one.
everyone. See ya. Bye.
Still a B-boy, from the old to the new, still a B-boy. Too bold for the school, still a B-boy. East coast to the west, B-boys worldwide, we supposed to be blessed. Still a B-boy, from the old to the new, still a B-boy. Too bold for the school, still a B-boy. East coast to the west, B-boys worldwide, we